And if I follow the countdown, I'd be better prepared and switch over to the live channel sooner. Welcome, folks. Welcome to Wobbly Player Syndrome. This is episode 80. It is a 40k podcast brought to you by the RLG Group. We have myself, Red Belly, or you can call me Greg. I answer to both, as I've answered to many things, actually. Be kind. We also have Mark.
Hey, everybody.
The Safe for Work version. We have Radio Mike.
Hey, hey.
And we have Adam. Ask about how his legs are feeling.
My legs are very sore, and so is my chest now. Thank you very much. And my back.
There we go. If you want to know the story, subscribe. Well, welcome, everyone. We're going to talk about some stuff in the world of Warhammer. And today we're actually going to talk about... Oh, no, I told you I'm going to stuff it up. You ready? You ready, folks? You ready? Cash grab or value add? I got it right. There you go. That is what the topic is tonight. We will discuss the things that have been happening in the Warhammer Games Workshop world. There have been new releases and there's been new announcements, and we'll have a look and see if they've actually... Are we getting much out of it? Or is it just they want more money? Don't answer that now. Let us at least talk about it first.
Write your answers on a postcard and send it to...
Spoiler alert. Yeah. But of course, if you are new to the channel, this is our podcast, and you can usually you can catch me here on the Twitch channel doing hobby nights during the week. Thank you, Fonda Hill, for the resub. 47 months, outrageous, but appreciate it anyway. You can normally catch me at a hobby night. There it comes. As well, there's a resub for 48 months. Oh, I can tell that. Pronto here will be a dance of joy when Ezeval misses a month. And finally gets in front.
Which Prime just automatically renews.
Okay, so I was trying to explain what we're doing here and how often you can catch us. If you are watching on the YouTube channel, please press that subscribe button, the like button, and all the alert stuff. There's meant to be buttons I meant to press to bring that all up, but use your imagination.
Everyone's used YouTube. They know.
Imagination. It's fun. But first we have our regular stuff we'll talk about. And then we'll move into a new little 30-second break. I know. Anticipation. Woo! That has no financial gain to us. But woo! But until then... Let's talk about new releases, and that means we bring over Radio Mike, and he tells us all the good stuff 40k related.
It is, like, all the stuff that I've got here is 40k related. I mean, if we count Kill Team as 40k related. So, I believe I didn't actually discuss the Codex supplement, Blood Angels, and stuff like that, because that stuff came out... just after the podcast last time.
Yep.
So we got Codex Blood Angels, Asterath the Grim, Lamates, the Sanguinor, Special Blood Angel Captain, Sanguinary Priest, Sanguinary Guard, their upgrade kit. A new Genestealer Cult character came out of nowhere.
Okay. I missed that.
Yeah, the Genestealer Cult Benefactus. I don't know what the hell... I don't know what they were doing releasing that randomly in there. But they did. They re-released a bunch of the old Kill Team boxes as individuals, like the Brew Brothers, the Blooded, the Corsairs, the Orc Commandos, the Night Lords, the Mandrakes, the Votan Jaegers, and the Space Marine Scouts.
Yeah.
And I think the Blood Angels Combat Patrol and the Sanguinary Guard are up on pre-order this Sunday.
Sure, you're telling the story. This is your section. We wouldn't want to interfere.
That's what they all say. And I don't seem to recall whether or not the fucking Kill Team with the Jump Axe Scions, that was on pre-order last time, wasn't it? So that should have come out in the middle there.
Should have.
I don't remember it coming out, but it's been a month.
Yeah, you're right. I don't actually remember it coming out either. Maybe they got lost as they were
I mean, sometimes it happens. Sometimes shit happens and they just delay shit in Australia. And sometimes my brain just turns into like a fog and goes away, and I just miss things. Um, and we also had like a preview where a bunch of shit showed up, and they gave us a sneak peek of the Ratlings that are coming up, including their weird barbecue lunch thing,
Yeah.
which is an interesting model.
So I don't think we had planned to talk about the Warhammer preview, but I'm very happy I didn't start to watch it.
Yeah, I think the last really cool one was the one where all that guard stuff came out.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It was a while ago.
We got Ratlings. Yes, the Ratling models did need an update, but it was just I thought it was a rather weird choice.
Well, I mean, they do need it. They're the ones that are there are pretty fucking old. There's a reason why so many Kickstarters releasing alternate models for Ratlings have been coming out in the last year or two. I wouldn't be surprised if Victoria Lamb's Ratling Kickstarter might have given them a kick up the ass to do it, because she made a lot of money making that Kickstarter.
There you go. That's Victoria.
And they're very fucking sick. Like, I've got them. I need to actually paint the little fuckers.
No way. Yeah, that's interesting. I wonder if that does have a play on what do we need to make first. Yeah.
Well, yeah, and interestingly, just before the new Attillans came out, she kickstarted Rough Riders.
Yeah, I got them. I did get those.
Yeah,
ones.
same. I've been picking up all the STL files for her Kickstarters.
Yeah.
So I can make like weird.
Matches. If you are,
yeah, I can make like sick Catachan Australians and fucking print off some
Victoria
bullshit.
Miniatures. It is an Australian-based company, and their quality is amazing. So
it's run by Victoria Lamb, an ex-Golden Demon winner. Or was it the Slayer Sword back then? I think she won a Slayer Sword.
I don't know. The Golden Demon's been going for a very long time.
Yeah,
true, but there was like a period in the middle where they had like the Golden Demon and the Slayer Sword. I can't remember what the delineation was between the two.
Whether you painted as ultramarine or not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the one in particular that she got it for was like a Catachan Land Raider or something. I mean, a land speeder? Catachan land speeder? Or it was a Catachan on a land speeder?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, it's all good. Thought suddenly the volume wasn't working, but it is. We just went quiet.
It was a long time ago. My brain is foggy.
What else is happening in there's a new Kill Team starter set that's going on pre-order from this week. I only mentioned it because it's got the Death Guard in it.
Yes, I showed that to my son because it's got finally got some new fucking Death Guard Plague Marines in it.
But they're not new Death Guard Marines. I already have.
Oh, really? Where are they from?
They're from the.
Are they from Heroes?
Yep, they're the Heroes blind boxes.
Oh, okay. I've not bought the Heroes stuff, so.
Yeah. So everyone go, look at all these brand new. So they're not new. They've been out for quite some time now, and I know people. I spent more than I normally would, but I didn't spend. There's one guy who spent $300 to get the box set of the blind things, so you can get all of them, including the one Plague Caster, which is the one I wanted to.
You mean the ones that are in my cupboard?
Yeah. People are spending that sort of money on them, and now it's coming out in the Kill Team box. So they'd be pretty upset people.
Wouldn't you just had to buy a box of them, and you get all of them?
There was a long period that they weren't available in Australia. They were only a Japanese release, so it took forever to finally come out. And I'm very happy I didn't buy from the Japan, because then they did release them in Australia. I said, great, I'll take a box. Thank you. So I got them that way. But yeah, now they're bringing them out in the Kill Team. They are cool models, don't get me wrong. But they're not.
Yeah, like the Season 1 Heroes, one of my mates picked it up in Japan and just gave me half of it because he really wanted the rhino-shaped box they came in.
Fair enough. Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure. All right, is that it for new release?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay, cool. There's a couple of things that have been announced, but we'll talk about that in the cash grab or value add section of the podcast, I think. Because Christmas is around the corner. It's far too close. And so they've announced things for that, which we'll address. But in the meantime, let's go to hobby progress. Who's up first? Not Adam. He didn't have
Not me.
Now,
Been a very quiet month for me.
yeah, same here. As I mentioned, you can normally catch me doing hobby nights on the Twitch channel twice a week, but I have been unwell for almost a fortnight, and then I fell behind my studies. I've been distracted, so I've got bugger all to show you, but I'll show you what I've done. Well, if I press the right button, there it is. I've been painting, or I've been prepping, Skaven.
Skaven.
Yes.
Yeah, but it's not 40k. You can't put that up.
That's
Yeah.
all I had, so shut off.
When
I've got
did-
the buttons.
I know we were talking rattlings earlier, but I'm pretty sure that Skaven aren't those.
No, they've got a sausage in their hand, so they're the same. Yeah. So this is the extent of my hobby progress the last month. Look, I had fun putting them together, but again, I haven't done much, unfortunately. At least
It doesn't look like there's a lot of putting together involved.
There's the entire box set that you got. So there's 40 clan rats, some ogres, some characters and stuff. So I've only shown a couple because it's not 40k. Come on, move on. I will. Radio Mike's been busy though. If it's not assembled, he's fixed that pretty quick.
Oh yeah, my brain has just wanted to build anything that isn't painting Dark Angels, so I was knocking out knocking out like rhinos and razorbacks, a bunch of shit for my Imperial agents. Like I was building BTs and chucking paint on assassins and all kinds of bullshit. I built fucking scions. I just finished building a bunch of Death Corps of Krieg. You know, I was pulling chimeras and stuff out of my shed. I've knocked so much shit together.
Sorry? I just pointed out IceMac has subscribed for the first time ever. Thank you very much for IceMac. Welcome to the channel.
Yay, IceMac.
The
Yay.
shenanigans that you will see here. Now.
Oh yeah, I painted that Imperial Assassin as like a joke reference. I painted his base green because he looks like he is from the fucking 80s.
Yep.
Hey, can't beat Goblin Green.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the modern Goblin Green. But yeah, I've been getting very distracted by my Imperial agents and Imperial Guard, and chucking together a couple of old Space Marine things like the Razorback and because I found a set of Dark Angel doors. Oh yeah, I actually forgot that I built those Grey Knights because they go in the Imperial agents. So I was knocking out Grey Knights. I nearly got distracted building Sisters because they can also go in my Imperial agents.
You've been busy.
Yeah, just as you said, if it's unassembled, I've been assembling it. I've been just picking up boxes and chucking shit together. I started going through my kill team boxes. I've got the Navy breaches out there to assemble now, but I finished building the Death Corps just before we started.
Yeah, so you can't see them because it was too late for the cutoff. I'm very strict. Unfortunately, Anthony couldn't make it tonight, but a quick preview of what he has been doing, mainly because the Blood Angel box set has been released and he has been painting them. They're demons. Moving on. He has been painting Blood Angel, I promise you. There you go. So these are the new characters that have been released. That is that chaplain guy from the Lamartis.
And his Azeroth looks really good.
Yeah. So he's been busy that way. So that's what he's been up to. Unfortunately, couldn't make it tonight. But that's fine. That's fine. We will judge him later. Right, so that's the hobby progress. Now, it's been a whole month since we've last done this, so there must be plenty of battle reports between then and now. We've got two. Here's one of them. And again, this is Anthony versus Chris, and that is what do they call them? Iron Fist? No? What are they called?
Iron Hands.
Iron Hands. That's better. Iron Fist sounds like a bad He-Man character.
Is that what he repainted his Deathwatch to?
Yes. So with the Death Watch, he's now got iron hands, and they played against Anthony's sisters. There is a score. I think the Iron Hands. I don't know why I want to keep calling them Iron Fist. There's a score: 73-47. So the sisters did not do well. So of course, you should increase their prices across the points across the board.
So just to be that guy, I literally just ordered some Deathwatch.
Well, there you go.
Because all of my Deathwatch models can't be Deathwatch anymore. So I was like, I should get some veterans so I can build some for my agents.
Yeah. Yeah, that works. And that's why here, Chris had a whole lot of Deathwatch. It can't be Deathwatch anymore. So he went, fine, I'll change chapters.
He might sell you some so that you don't have to paint them.
No, he needs them for his iron hands. And the other battle report.
No, I want to build them.
It's only got 3 photos, so don't get too excited. But it is, I decided to test out our studio army, the AdMech. And I got to play against Adam
Nids.
here with his...
Who's learning NIDS?
First run of NIDS. And I can tell you something about AdMech. They're not good.
Not anymore.
I definitely struggled. I thought the guns were meant to do a lot more than they did. I didn't roll well. It didn't help. And
Well, they used to. Because I've been on the other end of that army before.
Yeah.
But that was what,
so
8th?
Yeah.
So
Same. In 9th is exactly the same. I got almost tabled with my demons.
Yeah.
And I was petrified of the shooting that was coming.
Yeah.
And the shooting was not that crash hot.
No.
I don't know if it was right or whether or not we're playing it correctly.
Well, I played
Especially
it with
given that you're playing Nids. Nids should just bleed forever.
They just ate. I think I had 3 models left on the table before I said, let's just call it.
I mean, I did pretty well at the tag team tourney, just fucking charging up their gullet because I just crossed the table as fast as possible and punched them.
Yeah.
So if that's what the Nids were doing, it probably would have worked pretty well.
Yes. As I said, I did play the models WYSIWYG, so whether they were the right loadouts, I don't know. But it's a new army. We'll have to learn how it works.
I did get the impression that AdMech were, if you pick the wrong gun, you're kind of stuffed.
Yeah. Hey, Joker Paints and Hot Hobbies, how you going? Hopefully he didn't lose his head while playing Iron Hands. No, he made it safely. Actually, every photo of him was from here down, wasn't it? So we don't know. Haven't seen Chris for a while. So, the Black Rage might have affected Anthony.
His nickname is Ferris.
Yeah, okay. So that's our normal stuff. We're going to have a short break, and then we'll get into cash grab or value add. Thanks, Mark. That was a much better way of doing it than the other way. All right, folks, you have 30 seconds to get yourself a drink, refresh, and whatever else you want to do. Here you go. There you go, another short little break, and it's basically just to give us a break between the regular and the new topic, the topic of toys. But yeah, some new designs are now on the Red Belly store, modelled beautifully by Pronto Heel there.
Pronto Heel.
Yeah. So yeah, if you are looking for a way to support us, that is one of the ways to do so. Right.
Fast delivery.
Yeah, that was quick. You ordered on Sunday, you said.
Yeah, and it came straight away. Sizes are quite good as well. I'm,
But
5 out of 5
today's Monday,
stars.
right?
Mm-hmm. I think I ordered on Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say. Otherwise, dang. Actually, I've just got a pile of them here, and I've just walked around your place just through. No. That's not how it works. Right. cash grab or value add. It feels like that Radio Mike should be doing those, not me. What's this episode called, Mike?
Oh, it's called cash grab or value add.
Much better. All right, so what does that mean? We're going to talk about what GW... We already know that playing Warhammer is an expensive hobby. So I'm just putting that comment there now. We know it's a premium hobby. So we're not saying that is it overpriced, because the answer is always yes. We're talking about what they're doing with the new things like the new box sets, the new Christmas sets, and then we'll talk about the additional stuff that's out. You know, if you go to merch.warhammer.com, there's a lot of stuff there that aren't miniatures. So are they actual value add, or they're just going, give us all your money, and then we'll talk about the value of the hobby. Very philosophical. I'll move on. So, where do you want to start? Good. All right, let's start with... I'll start with because one of the things that was announced was those Christmas box sets. They come out every year. Now, some years you sort of go, oh my God, that's unbelievable. I must have it. Last year you had the different chapters of the Space Marines. That was last year, I believe. It was the Firestorm one, which was a whole lot of aggressors and flamers. That were meant to be the Salamander box set. And then there was a whole lot of Gravis ones that were meant to be the Imperial Fist one. That was last year.
All blue, though.
Sorry?
They're all blue.
Okay. What? No. What? Stop it. Stop messing with my head. And this year they've announced the new ones, which are the different factions. We have Tau, Imperial Knights. Oh, God.
I did see Sisters in the list.
Sisters were there. Was it Sisters or was it Imperial Agents?
Let's see.
No, there were Sisters in there.
Sisters, Titans, looks like Dark Angels and Tau.
There you go. So, I guess the question is, are these box sexes? Oh, hello. How you doing? Box sets, are they good value for money? Are they things that make you get excited? If you are looking to start a new army, are these value? Or this is just, these aren't selling, we need to sell more Tau, put them in a box set and make it a Christmas box?
I think it can be both, because sometimes you get some and you can never get it because 50,000 people have bought it because it's the best value thing that they sell. But then you have other ones where they just hang around forever because it is literally, hey, we found a bunch of stuff in the back of the warehouse. How can we flog it off? Yeah. It really depends on the box. Like just off the face of it, like the Tau one, looks like it's got almost nothing in it. There's I can see a few drones, a big robot, and then like some crisis suits.
Yeah, it's got some crisis suits. It's got the Riptide battle suit in there. I did look at that, and you've already got all those things in there. So, do you want to throw extra thing in there? I don't think it's a very good value, that one.
Yeah, and as I said, but then you look at like Dark Angels or the Sisters, and you're getting upwards of 20 models in there, and
So I agree. The Tau one, first time I looked at it, I went, oh, that doesn't look like much value there. And if I was a Tau player, it doesn't seem like I would be going, I must go get that. If you're a new player, would a combat box be better? I don't know what's involved in the combat box, so answer away. I just want to, with the Dark Angel one, you are getting the line, but you're getting a crap load of Deathwing as well.
Well, I mean, a load of Deathwing is the correct way to play Dark Angels.
Yeah. I mean...
if I didn't have the Lion and a billion Deathwing, I probably would buy that box.
Yeah.
But I do.
So, we look at the Tau quickly. We've mentioned Tau. It's got a Riptide battlesuit, which is the big one, not the Storm Striker. A
Storm Surge.
broadside. Yeah, it's not Storm Surge, which is, Riptide's actually quite good. A Tau Commander and a Ghost Keel. So there's 4 things in that box. Now, yeah, all right, Riptide's always good to have throw in your army. A broadside, so you get the railgun. A Tau Commander, yeah, is all right. And a Ghost Keel, yeah, once again. That there, from looking at it, it's a boost to your army. I would not say it's a new person's army.
Yeah, because it looks like you got a few drones in there to pad it out. But
they just come stock standard and drones now.
yeah.
Interestingly, the Dark Angel one is the best value for money.
Yeah, I think also the Dark Angel one, probably the Night one as well, is a good one if you're starting as well. Here's an HQ choice.
The Dark Angel one, if you're starting, then that's really good. If you're not starting, you've already got the line. Every Dark Angel player I know who's like a hardcore Dark Angel player has bought the line. We've all gone out and bought him by this point. So that's for like new people.
Yeah. I'm curious about the Titan box actually, whether that's actually any good.
The Knights.
Yes.
I looked at it and I went, "Ooh, that's like
it's the second best value box, and it's also like it's all stuff you'd use.
Yeah, it's very
and it's all stuff you could just add.
Yeah,
it's not like they put in fucking weird shit.
Yeah, it's very meta.
Like Hellverins are great.
If you're playing Knights, you don't take big Knights. It's a swarm of little Knights. So having 4 little ones and plus 1 in the background works out well.
And it's also useful for Heresy because in Heresy you need to balance out, you need to take armigers to take full-size Knights. So if it was all Knights, it wouldn't be a dual box.
Yeah. So does anyone remember the price points? I don't think I've announced it on GW site for these ones. Just trying to remember what they were last year.
They're usually about $350.
Yeah. So $350 for the Knight box is an absolute bargain if it comes out at $350.
$350 is that's worthwhile. $350 for the Tau one. Yeah, no. Necron.
Yeah.
Now Sisters one looks like it could be all right.
So now you're comparing the Sister one to, say, the Combat Control box. So a little less. What adds value to what you're trying to start? What are you trying to do? We've got 2 Rhinos, some Flagellants, Preacher. And that's all I can see from here.
I mean, it's not the worst looking thing because it's got it doesn't have any actual sisters in it though.
No, it doesn't.
No.
Which is weird.
What I see there is more of a Imperial Agent support.
No, it's not because none of that shit's agents.
No, looking at it,
the only thing agents can take are basic sisters and immolators.
Oh, there you go. I take it back.
So none of that can be used in an Imperial Agent's army.
Looking at the mortifiers, I've been on the side of mortifiers, and they're actually quite difficult. They're a good pack, but it's another booster.
So
so it's a bit of a mix. So the question is, are they value-added boxes for the Christmas period that people should get excited about? Or are they just, it's another non-event. We'll see if we can sell stuff. I think the Knights one will sell.
Yeah, I mean, Knights are Knights.
Knights are Knights.
Knights will go straight away. That's going to be hard to get.
But just seem to recall...
So I was noticing here that Spiky Bits has done some tallies of how much.
Yeah, that's what I was citing, the value comparisons.
So they're like about $350 US worth of models per box, roughly. So I guess we'll find out how much the boxes cost, and they're expecting. I mean, they were guesstimating that you're going to get 100 to 150 off, depending on which box you get.
Yeah, okay.
But
then it comes down.
But
to
without actual pricing, you can't really tell.
We're guessing.
But like on the face of it, of what you actually get in the box.
I think they're assuming that they're the same kind of price as the previous ones.
Yeah.
And if
Um,
$350 for the Imperial Night box, oh my god, that's good.
Yeah, that's going to sell quick.
So the question now is the actual choices of the factions used. Are they actual? Why would they have chosen these factions? The Knights are doing well. Do they need to resell more Knights?
I don't think that they're in danger of not selling Knights. I think they just know that will sell well.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Sisters of Battle, those things run hot all day, every day.
I'm curious. I don't know much about how Sisters are doing in the meta and shit. I don't know if Arcoflagellants and Repentia are any good, but I look at it and I'm like, why those two units? Like, it feels like they're trying to get rid of those.
Correct. Yeah.
Because it should just be fucking Sisters and Novitiates or something, not Flagellants and Repentia.
We'll think about the timing of the Knights box. That's going to be one of the new codexes in the new year. Is going to be the Imperial.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
I don't see a fucking guard box.
The thing is, the sisters, the sisters just sell though. Like they can literally slap, Adeptus Sororitas on anything and it will sell.
I actually think out of the 5 boxes, that's the one that won't sell because of the troop choices in there.
It is a weird selection.
If you are like a meta type player or whatnot, I could 100% see that. The thing is that, again, if you've already managed to get one of the rarest Rocking Horse Poo Sisters kits, these are probably units you don't have, so they may sell just on the basis of that.
True. It's definitely not a combat. Oh, it's not a starting box set.
Oh no, not at all.
Yeah,
not at all.
So again, I just sort of question the.
And I mean even the same with Dark Angels, and the Necrons one's got this crazy Void Dragon.
Just on the topic of the people with that box not having those, Repentia and Arcoflagellants and Penitent Engines are in that Sisters box, aren't they? Because I've got the contents. I've got the contents from Imperium, which I thought was the same thing as what was in that box, which is a Canoness, Battle Sisters, Seraphim, Repentia, Flagellants, and a Penitent.
Okay. Yeah, not sure. But let's move on from those box sets. And you mentioned the Imperial magazine. Now, this is the magazine that it's a monthly subscription, or you can go down and pick up an issue at your newsagents. And it comes with either a paint, a model, brushes, scenery, and things like that. Weekly. Comes out weekly. They've done 2 versions of it for 40k and 2 versions for AOS. There's a new one coming out for 40k as well. I'm going to say straight away that is definitely value add.
My goodness, the value on those magazines is phenomenal.
Outrageous.
I've never actually heard a bad word said about those. In anybody.
Oh, yeah. They kept fucking up and not sending me my free painting handle on the very first one. It took me about 8 months of harassing the guys to get them to send me my free gift.
Yeah, Michael's got.
So that's a bad thing that happened. Yeah. Now I have 5 of them, but I bought like 4 of them before my free one showed up.
Mine free one turned up nice and easy. I don't know what your problem was, but anyway.
It had Michael's
universe
name on
hates
it, but it's
me. Okay. He had to scrape Campbell off it.
They hate you because they keep seeing how much you bought. And they go, is he a friendly local gaming store or? So they're about $20. Yeah, they're $20 a week, and you're generally getting 3 models, usually as a minimum. I now have Gilliman, which cost me less than $40 to get Gilliman, and a magazine which I've never read. And the paints, you usually get 2 or 3 paints when they send them through, and they're $12, $13 each, aren't they? So,
which amazing. I mean, if you're just starting out and you're very young and you have no money, that is really where you want to be, kind of.
Or you want to dabble your feet and you just want to paint something. It's not that bad. It's quite good. It is very, very, so, you get your terrain as well, so you can build a table.
The first
like
the season.
that Imperium magazine, because I just opened up my text file where I keep track of which bits of that I've opened and which ones I haven't, in which I actually have the breakdowns on it. But Imperium magazine, all up, that's like 1,200 plus pounds worth of models for 700 pounds.
Yeah.
Like,
it's insane. Now,
yeah.
I think the first season, I'm going to call it season because I can't remember what it was called, where it had just the two armies, Space Marines and Death Guard, was a better way to go for people, especially starting out. I believe now your kids have two armies. I know.
Yeah, like my kids have, one of them's got Necrons and one of them's playing Death Guard, because the first one came with Death Guard and the second one came with Necrons, and I've just got all the Imperial shit.
Yeah, and then the second season they had a mixture, so there was Necrons, Sisters, Space Marines, Admech.
Yeah, it's mostly Marines with like a small spattering of Sisters and Admech there.
Yeah, and then the next one, the season 3, is even going basically combat patrol boxes. For that sort of price, if you're looking to start a new faction or just want to get a small group to paint, check out these magazines. Go to your newsagents, grab them. The value is unbelievably good. You cannot get them from GW Direct. You do need to find your local supplier in your country. But yes, that is
and if you order them from Hatchet Press, the guys who organize it, you get a bunch of free gifts, which are usually pretty cool. They just really sucked at sending me my painting handle. Their defense was we ran out because we sold too many subscriptions, and they needed to get a shipment of them from Games Workshop.
People in
so when is this season 3 coming out?
Still, we don't have a date yet.
Yeah, the season 3 is the Combat Patrol one, isn't it?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't think I would subscribe to that one because that sounds too fucking scattershot. But it sounds like it would be pretty good to pick up on a magazine by magazine basis.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going, because the last one I definitely subscribed. This one I will go just down to my local newsagents going, no, I want to try this. I want to give this a go. Because again, you'll be able to build small, 300 to 400 point armies of multiple factions. So it's a good way to have that little test, or if you just want to paint, or if you just want to add a couple of units to your existing army. It's very hard to go wrong there. Viewers, if you are watching, of course you're watching. Why wouldn't you be? That's why you're called viewers. You can always comment.
They might just be listening.
They could be listening. You can comment on what you found being a great value add from GW. We'll start positive. We'll work our way down. But yeah, that has definitely been a big win, I think, on that part there. In general, the box sets from GW, combat patrols. We'll look at the combat patrols or starter kits for the Crusade, the 40k boxes. What are they called? There's the starter,
the recruit, and everything. Yeah, the different leads. Yeah.
Because wasn't there one battle box or something?
There was like a
recruit edition. There's a couple of
recruiter edition, starter edition, and like ultimate edition or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
3 versions basically.
I don't know what they're called, but they have tiers.
Correct.
with commensurate price increases.
Yeah, but
Games Workshop starters, they're like onions.
They have layers.
They make you cry?
I think it's something.
I'm pretty sure they do.
Yeah. If you're new, I shouldn't introduce my kids to this hobby. It's too expensive.
the meme goes, at least this way they won't have money for drugs.
True.
That's true.
True. They're just behind glue instead. See if I
Good
don't
old
how we're going.
plastic crack.
So we think they've done that all right, though, haven't they? Though we've talked about it before, so I don't want to skirt across and move on to something different. I think given the three options, you have different layers to get into the hobby. Yeah, good.
Yeah, they come with a little box so you can make your own scenery and stuff like that, which is not bad. The one is like the current one's got like a small squad of termagants and a squad of intercessors and maybe a captain or a lieutenant as a headquarters. So it's quite good.
Sifil Darkman is just saying each time those subs they keep chucking the price up. We were talking about the Hatchet Imperial magazines because I don't for here they were the same price for both season 1 and 2, so they hadn't increased the pricing there.
Yeah, and I didn't subscribe to the fantasy one. The AOS one, so I don't know if they were a different price or not.
Yeah, so it'd be interesting to see if they do keep it at the same $20 Australian a week. If they started putting up to 25, you're still getting. I think you're still getting value, but I'd be questioning more.
Well, see, the other thing you got to think about though is that model prices have increased.
Yeah.
So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, they'd have to increase it by.
Your value might be the same. It's just that,
Yeah, I mean, frankly. They'd have to increase the value. They'd have to increase the cost by a lot if they maintain the same kind of value proposition.
Yeah.
For it to not be a good value thing, because it's like I think it's depending on the currency you pick, it's between 43 and 51% less.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy.
I think that also that's because it's through news agents and not through GW. It's a different market.
Yeah, true. Some news agents might be gouging it.
It could be, but I think it's also trying to get people in to the hobby because otherwise they're trying to rely on people walking into the store. What's this in this magazine rack that looks very cool? No, that's the adult section.
And
sorry,
they're full of easy to build stuff.
Yeah.
So, and like the magazines come with like primers and introductions to the lore and stuff like that. Like my son really loved building up his little booklet full of lore pamphlets that came with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's probably read them 50 times.
So
yeah.
So if that was their market,
and he keeps following. He's still using the painting guides to paint all his Death Guard.
Yeah. So if that's their market employed to bring new people in who aren't going to the GW stores. Putting them up to $30 a week, you're going to hurt yourself.
Yes, it's going to hurt.
Yeah, because kids aren't renowned for their oodles of money.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whereas, like currently, these would actually be really good if you're in a situation like I was when I was a kid. I lived nowhere near a fucking Games Workshop, but I could get White Dwarf at the newsagent.
Yeah.
So if you could get these from the newsagent and you lived nowhere near a Games Workshop, that's a way to get into the hobby in like a fairly affordable way.
Yeah.
Like these things were an amazing idea from Games Workshop. Like I generally hate these fucking buy monthly to assemble a ship or to collect all those things. Same. I generally look at them and go, "What a fucking ripoff!" This one is actually really good value.
Yeah, I agree. I also avoid those things. So my phone's going off because I'm such a popular person. Shh, quiet. Thanks, Mum.
My mum thinks I'm cool.
I'd be concerned if it was my mum. Right, that's done.
Greg, why are you bitching about the magazines, Greg?
Yes. Right, so we got that. We're going to talk about that. I want to talk about Space Marine 2, the PC game that everybody is addicted to. It's had its own little controversies. It's not controversial, but anyway. Titus is the main character from Space Marine 1 and Space Marine 2. Everybody loves him. He's great. You see him a lot of memes as well. They've released the miniature of him. Said, yes, you can finally get the miniature for Captain Titus. Yes! Only if you buy a complete new board game. You cannot buy it.
Cash grab.
Is that a cash grab? You don't think that's value add?
Well, for Ultramarines.
I don't know.
Players?
Are you
Yes.
a GW shareholder?
No, but if for an Ultramarine player, value for money because they get Titus.
I don't know. For
Yeah.
as a historically Ultramarine player, like the Titus Mini does nothing for me.
It's not a very exciting miniature. And also, it's not got special rules or anything. It's just a collect. It's basically like a piece of collector's edition tat.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one is very, very, very unexciting.
Yeah. The C4 Darkmane's been very diplomatic in what he thinks. Titus Mini is crap. So he looks like
I've
he's
got to
slipping
look.
on a
I've got
banana.
to look this up now.
Yeah, it's not impressive.
Yeah, like I saw that miniature and I didn't even realize it was Titus at first. I was just like, oh yeah.
It just looks like another lieutenant.
Mm-hmm.
And
He's
but
meant to be
yes,
the captain.
he definitely
Well,
does
he
look
got
like he's
demoted,
slipping
but
on
yes, he does
a.
look like he's slipping.
That is a fantastic
That's fantastic.
pose.
Like when Greg was telling me this afternoon, it was like, yeah, but it's in a recruit edition. You get a couple of loot, and he goes, no, it's in. I went, well, that's stupid.
Yeah, you do get 5 paints. You get a whole lot of Termagants, and you get 1 Space Marine. But it is a separate game, and you can't get him separately. Not separate game. Yeah.
Yeah,
12
I love
minutes
It's one of
into
those
it.
little. It's not one of the Barnes and Noble exclusives, is it?
I love how they rotated him to make him look a bit cooler in the actual official box art, and then you see like another post where he's just, I don't know, it's like 1 degree off, and then he just looks like he's falling over.
Even on the Warhammer community site, they've taken a close up of his shoulder because the angle he's on. He looks like he's on his way falling backwards. Just from that,
Yeah.
it's quite amusing. But do we have an animated sequel to Space Marine 2 on Amazon in December? Ooh, there you go. We'll talk about that one there. So I think we're all agreed. Cash grab.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Especially, like, it's always that way when they go, right, here is a character, and you can only get it in some, like, crazy expensive box set.
Yeah.
And then a year later they go, oh yeah, we've done him on his own. For all of the rest of the peasants who can't afford the $400 box set that he comes in.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, because I'm a weirdo, I bought the weird Barnes and Noble Space Marine games that they did release years back, because they were kind of like a board game intro that had Space Marine models as the things you played with, and they were all unique Marine sculpts that weren't available. Those are what were in one of the subsequent Space Marine Heroes boxes.
Yeah.
So, like, those ones are those fucking special, unique Barnes and Noble board game only sculpts. It's like with the Kill Team thing.
Yeah, I think that's hilarious. Anyway, yeah. All right, so that's a great.
Because I thought it'd be a cool little board game for my kids to play before they could play 40k.
Yeah. Well, we all played Space Hulk. Come on. That's where our first addiction started, right? Well, it was for me.
Space Crusade.
Yeah.
Sorry. I did have.
In my house, we play Space Crusade like real men and get killed by Chaos androids.
Yes, these ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a great segue to balloon into now all the additional stuff that GW are releasing that aren't necessarily hobby related. Sorry, we could go back to hobby related and talk about all the tools they launch, whether that's
It'll be here for a day.
or whether they're value for money.
Actually,
we could do that on a separate episode, and there's 3 hours there. But
Squid Mode Minis did a good one the other couple of months ago when I was talking about it, all the
I saw that too, and I was quite surprised on some of the positives that came out of that. But let's not talk about it because that will steal our content that we might steal in a couple of months. So, but I wanted to talk more about you talked about the board game, and there's been more board games being released that have got. It was the last year, wasn't it? That the new one for Space Marine. Well, there was one that's just recently been released. C4
It's got the role. There's a role-playing game one.
Yeah. Barnes & Noble last year, but they changed it to world release. That's C4 Darkmane. That was the board game. What was the board game? With 5 Marines in it. It's fairly new. Come on, folks. We love 40k all over it.
One with 5 Marine. That sounds a lot like the old Barnes & Noble ones where it used to be US exclusive.
Oh, maybe that's
because that one had like 5 Marines in it.
Okay.
You've also got the I'm trying to find it, the role-playing game for Warhammer.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. I know they did a release of like the RPG, but I hadn't heard anything about a board game in a while. I think the last one I remember was Blackstone.
Oh, look, you'd be surprised how many little 40k board games come out that you don't hear about.
Yeah, 100%.
Darktide. Darktide. The
there was a Darktide game, wasn't there?
Yes. See?
I'd forgotten about that.
It was Darktide is the one I'm thinking of. And there was another one.
Yeah, because I looked at that and I was like, fuck that.
Wasn't Darktide
It's the game.
Computer game?
Yeah.
Yeah, Darktide the 40k game.
So they made the board game version of it, so you had the 4 characters versus a whole
okay.
Yeah, you got the telepath, the fucking
Ogren.
My brain just failed.
And
the Primaris Psyker and Ogren, and the
guard shooter.
The new flamer person, and Kassakin. So none of them are new sculpts. They're all from other box sets. It's a pretty lame box.
Yeah. So
that they're just trying to cash in on Darktide. I don't even think there were any enemies in it, weren't there? Weren't the enemies like counters or something?
Well, considering
I think you're right.
Just about everybody forgot about it. It must have been a fantastic release.
Yeah, it was one to remember.
That was probably sold out for pre-order.
Tokens. A whole lot of tokens, yeah.
Tokens.
So, value add or cash grab?
I think that one fits in the cash grab.
So I want to build on that. Yeah, go on.
I was going to say, it looks like it might have come with a handful of Chaos Minis.
Can't remember.
Value then.
Didn't help me.
If it's got Chaos Minis, it's value.
The Starter Kill team is just 2 Warhammer Hero Collects recycled for that system. Yes, that is. Yes. That is the news. That's the one I was talking about. The blind boxes. The 2 blind boxes have been put into the Kill team for the new Kill team starter box. Yeah. Yes. So mentioned earlier, you'd be pretty upset for the people who spent the big money trying to get the Japanese ones because they weren't being released here, and now you can buy them both blind boxes in a starter kit.
It always happens though with these collectors, limited edition things. Like the number of times I bought a box full of shit I didn't want to get one specific limited character, and it comes out like a year later. It always happens. It has always happened.
And this is where I raise the topic of made to order, which we probably did.
Oh man, made to order.
You've never fallen for that, have you?
How are we feeling on made to order being a value or cash grab?
Look, I think made to order is amazing, personally, because most of the time it's out of production shit that you cannot get anymore. Yeah. And you'd be like, there's stuff on there that you would have to get off eBay from scalpers for umpty fucking $1 billion. But if you really want,
look good.
well, yeah, and I've picked up a bunch of stuff that I missed when I was a kid, and I was like, oh man, I always wanted to get that model, and I bought that. Yeah. So most of the time, I think made to order is pretty good because, they make as many as they get ordered. They don't end up trying to force them on people later because they've got a bunch of stock left over. It's one of the less onerous things they've done.
Yeah, I think that's the difference. It's the target audience. It's not forcing it to. It's going for that collector who, that model is wonderful, or I'm missing it from my collection. I'm so happy I can get hold of it now. If you were new to the game, you probably
I
look
picked
at
up
the quality of it compared to
the Inquisitors that I didn't have when they did the Inquisitors on there, because I was like, I didn't have that one and that one. I've got all the rest of them, but
yeah,
I bought the original pink horrors from the pre-order, from the made-to-order ones, and they actually, they're
I think I got a set of
waiting to be
one
painted.
Diaz Demonettes when they did that as well on made to order.
There you go. So I'm going to follow on with the board games, but more the CFL Darkmane also went with the Inquisitors as well. Just letting you know, you're not the only one. Just to make you feel better. So there's a lot of games. Like the game at the moment, Space Marine 2. There was Dark Tide before that. We were talking about Rogue Traders, another PC game that a few people are addicted to. There's also
where's my cool tie-in merch for Rogue Trader, motherfuckers? Don't make me get the warrant of trade out.
Careful. Careful what you wish for.
There's been a lot of GWIP games come out. How many of them are actually quality? How much of it's just a cash grab? How much is it? This is just fucking awesome.
Well, my experience with Rogue Trader was this is just fucking awesome, basically. I mean, there was bugs, but it's PC gaming, so there's always bugs. But I mean, nothing broke the game to the point I couldn't play.
Yeah,
the Dark Tide
Rogue
game
Trader
was really good.
Yep.
Bit grindy, but you play a game.
I didn't get to play it much because you motherfuckers were all playing it when I wasn't, and then when I wanted to play it, no one was fucking playing it.
I had that with Borderlands when it first came out. Everyone played it, and my PC was down for like months, and it came back. I'm ready, and we've done it. Oh, son of a bitch, motherless goat. Yeah.
Yeah, I came around to the idea of buying it, and it was just a ghost town, and I was like, okay, maybe Rogue Trader.
Yeah. So
yeah,
sorry, go on.
I was gonna say it looked really cool.
Yeah, it was really good. The graphics was fantastic, and everything like that. Same as Space Marine 2. It's the AI engine and all that is really good. It's a very good, well polished game. If only you could play non-Ultramarines in the story campaign, but
and if only it didn't have so much fucking around in it.
Yeah, but it's quite a good game.
Yeah.
So the Dark Tide and Space Marine 2, totally, they invested a lot of money in it.
Yeah.
They obviously got a lot of money back, but it was actually really good.
Huge. Vermintide 2 is also, I love those things. Oh, let's go back
to. I don't think it's direct GW investment for these. It's basically they license it out to X place, and then they run with their budget.
Depending on who they license it to, there can be a lot of Games Workshop involvement as well. Like Warhammer Total War 3 had a fuck ton of Games Workshop involvement because they basically made a Cathayan armies book and gave it to them to make.
Nice.
Like they literally balanced it for tabletop and then gave them all this shit. So Games Workshop does throw a lot of their own resources behind some of these games.
Mm.
And then you've got Speed Freaks.
Or Tacticus, the fucking weird mobile shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you. Remind me, I got to do my dailies.
I got to do my dailies. Yes, I'm just thinking the same thing. Yes, I'm addicted to that, but I haven't spent a dime.
My son played it for a little bit, and then he told me, you know what? I'm pretty sure this game is set up so you have to spend money to play it properly. So fuck this.
Speed Freaks is out now.
Good decision.
It is free.
Yeah, but mobile gaming MO is make it just fun enough that you will pay money to make it less annoying.
I have not spent a dime on Tacticus, and I play it a lot.
And so how often do you find yourself waiting on a cooldown?
No, I don't. So there you go. That's why I have
Ah.
two mobile games that I use. For once I run out of one, I go to the other one.
I see.
Yeah, I'm well aware of these add-on. If you want this, give us all your money. I'm going, no.
Because freemium is Latin
Is
for
that
not
damn
really.
good? Yeah, I'm that damn
Yeah.
good. That's why Darkman says like that. Yep, you're right, Darkman. I should have gone with your story. But they've just released another card game on PC. They
Okay.
already had combat cards. There's now another one come
Just-
out. And there was another one before that. So this, I think it's the third or fourth one card game that involves GW 40k stuff. I'm not even haven't
Okay,
even
I'm
touched
aware of that.
how 40k is now in Magic.
Yeah, my son loves using the 40k cards in Magic the Gathering.
Yeah.
He's constantly trying to like sculpt some weird deck that uses his chaos shit.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Which part? Oh, the 40, yeah,
The
40k, against the tree
and Magic.
Yeah,
That
it's a thing.
yeah.
It could be worse, man. He was at one point he was playing a deck that involved cards from the Lord of the Rings Magic stuff and the 40k Magic stuff and normal Magic stuff.
Yeah, I don't know. It feels like something's jumped the shark.
Well, I mean, you know, in the Magic universe, it kind of makes sense because it gets into this whole planeswalking dimensional travel gig, and so that's the kind of premise they've set for it.
I'm
Yeah, I don't know.
trying to find the card game now that's just been released. I know because
Yeah, I didn't know there was so many weird card games.
I keep getting advertised, but I'm going, oh my god, I don't need another one. I didn't play the first one, but yes, it just seems to keep putting out. And then I got the bolt gun, which is the Doom ripoff.
Mm.
I heard a lot of good things about Bolt Gun. I never got around to playing it.
I've got it.
Yeah.
It's sitting there in my library.
The problem that I had with Bolt Gun was the graphics. I just can't look at
Warp
ye
Forge.
old.
That's what it's called. The new one, by the way, folks. Warp
Like-
Forge.
I don't know. The young'uns might like having that nostalgic view of what graphics used to be like, but I kind of don't want to go back.
Yeah.
I mean, I spent all of my travel when I went up to Brisbane recently playing fucking Golden Axe on an Amber Nix, so bad graphics don't bother me.
Well, Golden Axe had great graphics.
Yeah.
No,
I
it
like
didn't.
Golden
It's
Axe.
terrible.
I love Golden Axe.
It had, like, when you consider the time,
Yes, for the
and-
time, they were pretty damn good.
and I would contend that as a 2D side scroller, the graphics still hold up pretty well. There's not a lot that like, I mean, yes, the animation could be better, but like the actual artwork is pretty damn good on Golden Axe.
No, the graphics that we played last night was pretty good.
Oh, yeah. It's not 40k related, so move on.
Yeah, I know that.
So
But yeah,
I think my point of bringing up the video games is, are they actually creating more content for fans, or are they creating more content for more money? I know, obviously, they're a commercial business; they're going to make money, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? Are they just pumping
Do we
things
think
out for
that
the
is-
sake of pumping things out, or they're actually
There-
making a conscious effort to get quality stuff out?
There have been, like, less so now, but there have been some absolute garbage 40k video games squirted out
Yeah.
in the last decade. There have
Most
been
of
some
my
really
Steam-
fucking good ones lately. Like, there've been, I feel like the quality is better
Yeah.
in the last couple of years.
Yeah, I think they've been working on that. There's less stuff where you just sort of instantly go, yeah, that's a bullshit thing they've just slapped.
Yeah, like
Most
at one point
disappointing
there was a
stuff.
fuck ton of shitty mobile games.
Yeah, I don't class mobile games. The most disappointing game was, the most recent, I should say, was Necromunda on PC.
Which one? Underhive Wars or Hired Gun?
Underhive, the turn-based one.
Yeah.
I was excited because I loved Mordheim. I really enjoyed that game. So I thought, oh, they can't go wrong here. they did. Just trying to play, just to get the cooperative working and stuff, and then just going, oh my god.
Oh, I never actually got into the co-op stuff, but the game seemed to work pretty well. I liked what I played, but I never actually got that far into it.
I didn't. It got uninstalled pretty quick. There you go.
There's a lot of games that are like that, though, like trying to fucking figure out how to get shit to work properly. Like, that was my biggest complaint about Space Marine 2 and really annoyed the shit out of me. I was like, okay, cool, yeah, campaign, great. I just want to go play the fucking co-op PvE and the multiplayer. Why the fuck can't I do that? What do you mean I have to go find this ship and this console and move over? Shouldn't I just go out to the main menu and select fucking multiplayer? I was very annoyed at that.
You're hiding it
Yeah,
well.
it's not the only game that does that.
No,
Doesn't make it
they
good.
seem to like
Other games are doing it.
gatekeeping.
Doesn't make it not shit.
Yeah, true.
Oh, I completely 100% agree with you. It just seems to be the fashion.
As was the fashion at the time, yeah.
Yeah, and I had an onion on my belt.
Now it was a brown onion because we couldn't afford white onions.
Yeah, it was fancy white.
Because that was
onions.
heresy.
C4 Darkman is just pointing out that Space Marine 2, you've seen a lot more people going to the local stores to get a few minis, thanks to the PC game. I think the advertising and the marketing and the rave reviews about Space Marine 2 would have brought some people in, absolutely. And then they're going in and go, oh
Yeah.
my god, if I want to buy this, I'd have to sell my computer.
Well, the other question is how many of those people would just buy like a Funko Pop or
Let's not talk about
some
that.
of the
They're value add,
the
right?
action figures and stuff like that instead of actual minis.
Whereas if you're like super into like Rogue Trader, then you might get yourself like an Arva slider that you can't use with Rogue Traders.
Yeah, but as I said, I mean, like the kind of person who buys Space Marine and then goes, "Whoa, that game was awesome! I want like a figurine or whatever,"
Yeah.
is going to get to a shop and be told, "Oh yeah, you have to build and paint it yourself," and they're going to be
Yeah,
like,
it's
screw
a
that.
very
I'll go look at a McFarlane or something like that. Or
Joy Toy. not
it's a
McFarlane.
very
Yeah.
different hobby, a first-person shooter to a tabletop war game.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why the
quite a
At
Tales
leap.
least-
box set.
At least a turn-based RPG is closer to a 40k game in terms of like, mechanics and
and-
pace.
Yeah.
Very much so.
Well, which is why I thought Total War was such a great mix for Warhammer.
Mm.
Although I did laugh at Games Workshop's tie-in with Total War Warhammer, where they kept doing the whole buy the units from the game in a store, and it's like, guys, you just killed Warhammer. Yeah, you still sell Karl Franz, but that's not what the box is called anymore. So they were trying to sell models that basically weren't properly usable anymore.
I guess that's one way to run down the stocks of the old world stuff.
Yeah, well, it was before Old World had come out. It was years before Old World.
Very good. All right, so we're thinking it's a hit and miss when it comes to the PC game. Some are just cash grab. Like as I said, Warp Forge is the new card game. If you don't have it, try it now. I'm not telling you to try it now. Do not listen to me. I haven't played it. I'm not endorsing it. I just know this is another one because I keep getting advertising in my face about it and going, leave me the fuck alone. So, good times. The more you spam it, the less I'm going to buy it, all right? But we've had the winners, Space Marine 2, Dark Tide, Vermintide. What about Blood Bowl 3?
There's a
Don't
third
know.
one.
Blood Bowl 3 has been a bit of a fucking mess, eh?
Yes. So...
even I haven't bought Blood Bowl 3, right? That's how much of a mess that's been.
Same, and I
buy
love
everything.
Blood Bowl. Yeah, I did 1, I did 2, didn't do 3. To me, 3 is definitely smells more of that cash grab that's poorly made.
Yeah, it's not. I don't know if it's changed since it came out, but they got rid of like single player campaigns and all kinds of shit like that. Like they basically made it a multiplayer only game, and it was just annoying as shit. And you had to buy all the teams separately, and it was the monetization was so bad.
Yeah. It wasn't so. GW doesn't know how to do microtransactions. It's all macrotransactions across the board. It was not well done. That became a very much cash grab, not value add. All right. What about merch.warhammer.com? No models there.
Well,
Oh, look, I love the little Nurgling.
The little plush Nurgly? Yeah, he's very
Yeah,
cool.
I love him.
Yeah.
I think there is a place for that kind of stuff because
absolutely.
like coffee mugs, t-shirts, all of that kind of stuff. I mean, to be honest, I'm surprised that it took them this long.
Yeah, I didn't know about it.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that before. I know the Joy toys have been out. Action figures. Fucking toys. What's wrong with you? Action figures have been out for a while. I do have one of them, surprisingly enough, a Salamander Space Marine.
Yeah, I've got a Corn Berserker.
Their quality
Yeah,
is impressive, but so's the price.
I mean,
I've gone out of my way.
I looked at the mugs and I got like 3 pages in and hadn't seen a single mug I hated, which is impressive.
What about
a lot of the mugs
candles?
are pretty good.
The what? The candles.
The candles.
Oh, that's a great example. Value add or cash grab. The scented candles. The Nurgling or the Tyranid scented candles.
I think that's pretty funny. Like, obviously, it is a bit of a cash grab, but at least it's kind of cool.
The other thing is, though, that like no one's forcing that kind of thing on you. Like it's,
I was given
like anyone who's buying a Warhammer scented candle really knows what they're in for, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, whomst among us hasn't bought dumb shit from the merch store, proceeds to stroke his beard with his Votan ring on?
Yeah, and
I've never bought
and as I
anything
said, I mean,
stupid.
I could see that being a joke gift because I guarantee you there is no scent in 40K that I want to smell. In the 41st millennium, there is only stench.
I can tell you now, the Nurgling one wasn't horrible. It actually was quite pleasant.
Well, decay should be sweet.
Yes. Joy Nurgle. Yeah, just put another
I
piece
think
in there.
the one thing on the merch store that I find to be pretty cringe is the fucking Christmas merch.
Oh, the red gobbo socks and everything like that.
Oh, get your Space Marine knitted Christmas scarf. For Ultramarines. I'm like, for a start, fuck you, Dark Angels only. Second,
Rob Green, go on.
C4 Dark Main.
They've actually got Warhammer leather jackets.
Yeah,
there's a lot of shit on there, man. Like so much weird merch, and I kind of dig some of it. Like I got all my Necro shirts from there. I've got like the dumb rings. I bought a couple of necklaces. I got my kids some pins and stuff. My son has a Nurgling plushie.
I love that Nurgling plushie. That is value.
There is
the
right
Squig one. I like the Squig one too.
Yeah.
There is something to be said for having dumb tchotchkes of your favorite hobby.
Yes.
Yeah, and
or your favorite podcast. Go to the merch store now.
It's probably the most acceptable of the cash grab stuff because again, everyone has a soft spot in their heart for some tchotchke somewhere, and if you don't, you just go to the other website and buy your plastic crack there.
Well, yeah, like before Games Workshop was selling good Games Workshop shirts, I was buying like fucking weird ones off Redbubble of my favorite army.
Yeah.
Now, if they hike the battle box price and force me to get a small T-shirt in my battle boxes, that's when I've got a problem.
Yeah.
C4 Dark Main just said Wobbly player sent to Canwell when.
Ooh. I don't know.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure anyone wants a radio
down.
mic scented candle.
Maybe we could do that as a made to order.
Just get some wax and just there you go, package that. Oh, then of course put the link of the merch store right under it, so it looks like we've got this.
Actually, if you want to know what is a very good cash grab, I was surfing the Secret Lab chairs, and they have an official licensed Warhammer 40k chair.
Yeah, I've seen them. Yeah, Ultramarine though, isn't it?
It's an ultramarine,
Yeah.
and on the side, it looks cool. On this side over here, it has the purity seal and the Oath of the Moment seal. It looks good. But
you're
yeah,
looking
Should be a golden throne,
the
though,
Secret Labs
right?
ones.
Yeah, I looked at the
I
price and I went, "That's expensive."
The
I
worst
haven't had
bit-
a lot of truck with gamer chairs. They're usually pretty bad quality in my experience.
So the worst thing about Secret Labs is that you cannot test the chair anywhere other than Melbourne. And
Yeah, I saw them at PAX, and we sat in them in PAX, and they're comfortable.
like I got a mate who
Sweet.
bought one recently, and I was like, I'm dying to know because you've bought a chair sight unseen. I've got to know does this thing go? And I was like, yeah, it's okay.
It supports
I
my
don't know
abs
if it's $700 sight unseen. Okay, you know what I mean? Like,
well.
Yeah,
that's probably an old price. It's probably more like $1,000 now.
Yeah, we sat in
Like-
a lot at PAX, and found the chairs. But they're like, that's a lot of money. Because I walked up and said, "So can I buy it?" And he goes, "Oh yeah, free shipping." No, it's totally free shipping if you live in Victoria. I went, "What about our state?" And he goes, "No, only Victoria." And I went, "Well, why?"
Yeah, because they.
So
actually
why
go over and
mention
carry
this to me?
themselves.
Yeah. But it's only $9 shipping, by the way. But
It's
the
not
World
the
of
point.
War, the
Spending
war.
$700 on a chair, I want free shipping. Damn it!
Yeah, but the Warhammer chair looks actually quite good.
As I said, they're missing the golden throne. That's what it should be.
Yeah.
Oh, there's some merch for you, GW.
Golden throne with a toilet roll holder on the
Toilet
side.
seats, yes, golden toilet seats. Come on! And the toilet rolls
Could they
purity
please
seals.
make sure
Come
that the
on!
dead man switch is on it?
Nah, man, it's gotta also have like little hanging. You can get little hanging cherubim
Yeah.
that have got like sensors of like deodorant in them.
Darkbane's planning.
Oh, good
up for
God.
demoing our golden throne. Someone has done a 3D print of a servo skull as their toilet roll holder. So
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, it looks good.
It's brilliant. Yeah, golden throne. There he is. We want commission. Thank you, GW. Or we'll make it first. And we'll spell it with an E instead of E, a 3. So trademark's fine. Yeah. Fine.
Yeah, it's the Oryx seat. It's not the golden throne.
Oh, brilliant. Okay.
With the blemperer.
I've lost my track of thought. No, surprise. I think
Our train has been derailed by a golden toilet.
Well, if anything was going to
That'd be value. Value right there.
Value. Yeah. I think we were going to talk about what, just sort of give an estimate of what you feel is value when it comes to the hobby. What are the things that stand out, sort of going, yeah, this was a really good value for me. I really enjoyed it. Or, man, did I feel like I got ripped off on this? Is the opposite way. Start positive. Give you time to think. Now, I'm trying to see who's the least looking ready. It's definitely Mark. So, Mark, do you have a point that you've just gone, this was just such good value? And it could be a personal thing. It could be anything. It doesn't have to be that everyone should find as a good value. Tell us the story.
So what? Something I found that was good value from GW.
Yeah.
I'd have to say the starter box set. I got one of those, one of the Tyranid ones.
Yep.
Back when we did our slow grow, and that was fantastic. That really sort of like, and I'm pretty sure we did an episode on those starter kits, and we were generally pretty favourable, except for one or two of them.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple of $100, but if I was to go get the same amount of models, it was easy. Yeah, $300-400 worth of models in that kit, really got my army supercharged off right from the get go. So
Nice.
yeah.
What about you, Michael?
I mean, the magazines are amazing fucking value and also provide an entry point for people to just pick up a couple of models, you know, or to like supplement out from one of those little First Strike super cheap starter kits they sell.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to go past that.
Yeah. Adam?
The start collecting box sets, as what Mark said, Michael said, Mark said actually. I've still got a lot of them floating around, which it's still quite good value. Look, the handles and all that are actually, to me, value. They're quite good. The painting handles and the spray handle thing that you can actually get. That's the arm and with rubber bands. That's actually, I quite like that, and to me, it's value. All right, a stick does probably a cheaper job, but it is quite good for what it is and what it does. I still like some of the merch because it's silly stuff and it's value. That's what I mean. I love the little plushy Nurgle.
Yeah.
I don't have one, but I love that idea of it. Is it a waste of money? Absolutely, but is it value?
Value to you.
It's a value. You cannot put a price on something that's quirky and looks funny, and it is really weird. And someone walks in the house, what's that? Oh, that's my Nurgle plushie. Makes a conversation piece that, as they call you a nerd and they're punching you and stealing your money. But that's all right. I have no money because I bought a Nurgle plushie. And it's all those things. To me, yes, it is cash grab. Yes, they're a company. But it is value in the eye of the beholder. If you think it was worthwhile buying it, it's not a waste of money to you.
Yeah.
A lot of people say, they look and go, man, that's a waste of money. Not for me, it's not.
As you escort them out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Everyone wastes money. It's whether it brings you joy.
Yes.
Exactly.
And if it doesn't, you throw it out, right?
Yeah, you're just hoping that it doesn't turn into a Fallout canvas bag saga.
Oh, man.
I
did get my canvas bag.
So for me, the magazines were absolutely outrageous still. But it's funny you mentioned the handles and the stick. Yes, they're overpriced, but yes, for me, the amount of time it saves than having to blue tack and stuff like that, I just go bang, bang, bang. I'm like, oh my god, it's so much easier. Overpriced, absolutely. Value to me, absolutely. And I agree with Darkman. The older handles I definitely liked more than the new handles. I have 4 of them. So I actually purchased. I think I purchased 3. I think I got one for free with a magazine.
But like the big guys,
the big handles,
thin guys.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's weird how those sort of things, because when you're buying it, this is stupid, but then you use it and you go, damn, this is actually outrageously good.
Because I never bought in on the painting handles.
I think that one was actually the free gift that I was chasing, the big chunky one.
Yeah, and there's you should have got a small one in this one.
I did. I got one of the thin ones in the.
Yeah, so I got the free one, and I loved it so much I went and bought 3 more. I don't know why I bought 3 more, but I did. Because
I went and bought 3 more because that way I had 5.
Oh, sorry. So now I have 6 because that's the thin one now arrived. I had 5, so I could do.
You're right. I also have 6 because I got the F3 one with the thing. But same thing happened. I bought it so I could paint 5 guys at the same time.
Correct. It's exactly what I did too. Yeah.
So have you?
Although
have
now
you
I can paint 5 on the same size and have 1 left over for a character on the big one.
I mean, can't you only paint one at a time though?
On a production line.
Yeah,
If you're
but
doing a
if
squad
I'm
of-
like painting like 5 models, I like will have them
Yeah.
on the painting desk, and I'll pick it up, work on this, do all the red, pick the next one up, do all the red,
Correct.
pick the next one up, do all the red. Like if
Yeah.
I'm
production line. Yeah. So I don't have to unclip it, put it down, put a new one in. It's
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
thought
handled
maybe
down.
you guys had enlisted your family into some kind of weird sweatshop painting.
Not that I
ring
would admit
kind of
on
thing.
recorded radio. Yeah.
Arts and crafts time just got extended by 8 hours.
So yeah, look, there has been some wins out there. Even Space Marine 2 is an expensive game, but oh my god, how much fun I've had on that game. I haven't spent that money on a game for a very long time, but this I've really enjoyed the value of what I'm getting out of that. So it's different to the hobby, but I thought that was actually a good value game. I didn't get the big legendary editions and stuff like that.
Which is a whole nother level of talking about value.
I don't know, Adam.
But it goes back to, yes, yeah, I do have it. If it's a computer game, I usually get the deluxe or the collector's edition. But to me, that's value to me. You know, is it a waste of money? Absolutely. Is it cash grab? Absolutely. But to me, it's value.
Yeah. All right. So what on the opposite end of the scale? What have you gone out and purchased and go, what the fuck have I done here? It's a harder one to question, I think.
90% of my armies.
90% of my armies. My entire Drakari army.
I'm going to go with Regicide.
Oh god, I remember that.
Yeah.
is it like
Yeah,
video
that
game
was-
chess or
Yeah. 40k chess.
Yeah, I was excited. I thought it was
not
going to be
good.
like battle chess, and it wasn't.
Yeah. That's it. That's exactly where I was going with it too. I thought 40k battle chess style, like this is going to be great,
Yeah.
and then, no.
Michael, what do you reckon? Narrow it down, please.
I mean, the only thing I could think of that I would say that I could do that with would be probably some of like the side games that I've bought heaps of shit for and never played.
yeah.
You know, like I bought a whole pile of Aeronautica Imperialis stuff, never used it.
Yeah, so that's
This is
not...
why I didn't buy the new one, fucking whatever it's called,
Yeah. Legionnaire.
because it looks cool, but I know I won't play it.
Yep. Yeah, so that... Yeah. Adam?
I know it's going to upset this C4 Darkmane, but Blackstone Fortress. I bought
Boo!
it. I bought it. I've used the Kroot model. That's the only thing I built, and the rest is just like sitting there. And I know it's a great game, but it's just there. Titanicus.
I'll let you read the chat.
Yeah,
Titanicus I bought as well, and I also
just
haven't
started
built any of that.
I saw it just started going through, so
Nice.
I apologise, C4 Darkmane. As I said, I knew it was going to upset a lot of people, but to me, I got it, and it was, as I mean, go back to, it's not buyer's regret, but it's just sitting there collecting, and I have not played it.
Well, you know, it's a game you need like people to play.
It's just a board game, though.
You know, it's a
When I say
multiplayer
just-
game. But it's a board game. It's Warhammer Quest. You need multiple people to play
Oh,
Warhammer
fuck
Quest.
it, I'll play
Playing
it.
it on your own defeats the purpose. You get your mates over, you
Yeah.
get a carton of beer, you get fucked up, or your characters get fucked up. That's
But
how
I-
you play Warhammer Quest.
That's
But
how
you
we play
forget-
our board game nights. I don't know what's going
I don't have friends.
on.
I know I'm a sportsman person.
That
I keep
cuts
winning
deep.
sportsman, so I must have friends
Yeah.
or people that like playing against me. But
You're
yeah,
our
that's a
value
different
add,
story.
Adam. You're our value add.
I'm the value add,
Yeah.
but you know what I mean. Yeah,
Yeah. Or if you went down that path, Apocalypse, I love that game system. And
I love Apocalypse.
I finally got my own copy of it and never used it.
Yeah, I haven't used the new version of Apocalypse either. But I don't regret having it because I want it.
Yeah,
I've got
it's
it.
a great game.
Played it a couple of times, enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's thoroughly good. Unfortunately, now there's so many new models and new units that aren't in it. But there are people out there who keep updating it, so there's that. That's those blind boxes. I sort of go, I'll buy them, and then I sort of open up and say, no, it's the same one. Why am I doing this? I'm bloody gambling here. What the fuck am I doing?
So you can resist the dumb gambling trap in the mobile game, but not in real life.
Yeah. So what did I do instead? I just bought the entire box set. So no, fuck it, just give me the whole lot at once. That way I'll be done. I get them all that way. But those blind boxes, I fall for it. I haven't fallen for it lately. I just want to point that out. But they get me, and then I regret every time I buy one because it's the third version of a model I will never use. Fucking fuck. I can't think of anything else that I would admit in public. Look, personally, the Drakari, the money I spent on my Drakari and how bad. And again, that's the way I built them. It's the Drakari itself can be competitive, apparently, but not the way I've got mine. And that's on me. But I spent a lot of money on those, and I don't want to use them ever again because yeah. But that's that. Am I happy about the money I spend on the app? Actually, yeah. I use the battle app all the time, and now I've got an AOS army that's included. So yeah, it's no longer feeling like I'm spending more money than I should. Don't tell my wife. Yeah. So chat, anything that you've got to think of? Oh, the words were good. Thinking about your cash grab that you've gone, what have I done? Or the value add you didn't expect to be so good for you. Let us know. Put it in the comments. Write it in the chat. Send it in the post.
Just walk outside your house and scream it into the night.
Yes. And you have to film it. We want to see.
The Alpha Legion will tell us.
We are watching each and every one of you. So be good, for goodness sake. All right, I guess the big question is GW worth it? Look at the
I'd
silence.
say probably for the most part these days it kind of is. I mean, if you're into GW stuff, it's worth it. There's not too many traps these days, which I guess is a good thing.
I think that's a good point. You know what you're walking into. We know it's a premium hobby. We know their prices are high. We still do it.
Look, if you don't have a group of people that you can play with and you just want to paint and you enjoy painting, it's value because it's a hobby. It's an expensive hobby, but it's a hobby. As I said, I like the playing it for the social interaction and all that. So the buying it and playing is worth more than anything because I get the interaction.
Yeah.
So to me, it's worth it. The GW gaming systems is worth it because you get the connections, you meet people and stuff like that. It's enjoyable.
Yeah.
All right, sometimes you don't have fun playing the game, but meeting people sometimes is the forcing you out of the door to do something.
Yeah. C4 Darkman's just put in, you can always sell your stuff. Unlike drinking, you can't get your money back. And that's not true. 10 cents a can.
I do like it when you go and you buy something, they go, would you like your receipt? And you go, what? When I don't happy with the bottle, will you take it back? They go, no. Well, why do I want the receipt?
The amount of times I've gone to what GW said, do you want the receipt? And I said, no, it's fine. Then I get home and said, I fucking already bought this paint 3 times. I wish I kept that damn receipt. That happens.
Does anyone want a Commissar Yarrick? Turns out I've got several of them.
Nice one. Sorry. Talk, Michael, while I choke.
Yeah, good choking.
Thank you. It's the moral support I was after.
Where-
Alright, so I think in the end, there's no surprises about GW. We know what we're walking into. More often than not, we are getting value, whether it's monetary or personal value, out of our choices. We're not disappointed too often. Well, no, we're not. So in the GW world, anyway. No.
Yeah, we're grading on a curve here, I think. Compared to some of the shit that we've had happen over the years, they've been pretty good lately. And most of the really shitty stuff is really obviously fucking shitty, you know?
Yeah, look, there's still those ones where if you need a squad of 5, but the box comes with 4 models, that's still shit.
It's getting less common, though, since they've started aggressively paring back the codexes to match the boxes.
Yeah. Instead of putting more models in, we'll change the rules. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, it's been driving me nuts because I've been going through several of my old armies. Like, when I was pulling apart Grey Knights and changing them to match up, I was building more Scions to go with my old Scions, and I need to completely change the loadouts on a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I was looking at my Guard, and I need to change the loadouts on all my command squads.
Well, we mentioned Deathwatch earlier, and sorry, Deathwatch players. But yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, cool. So we'll start wrapping this up because we've been going on for a while. Who would have thought? Good value. Value added. Not a cash grab unless you subscribe, that's the word. Then we'll grab that cash, roll around in it. All 4 of us on the
all
$20 note.
34 cents.
Yeah, exactly right. We'll take turns. It'll be fine. I have heard that, Deathwatch, they're rolling it back to get proper full army rules.
Yeah, they did announce that they were going to actually fix that because people got so fucking mad about it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
I think Games Workshop was surprised too. They probably thought Deathwatch weren't popular.
Well, they weren't being played in tournaments, I don't think, and I think that's where they unfortunately make a lot of their decisions. They see their sales as well come through, but yeah. But anyway, let's move on. Thank you very much for joining us tonight. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Michael, and thank you, Greg. Oh, you're welcome, Greg. Thank you for feeding back our information back to us. What the words? Thank you for the comments, is what I was trying to say during the chat. If I'm not a cash grab, I don't know what I am. No. Cash grab or value add. Hope you enjoyed the conversation. I certainly did. I think we covered it quite a bit. More than I expected. But overall, we are generally happy people. If not, we'll hunt you down. Mark, say goodnight.
Bye, everybody.
Adam.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great time.
Sorry, I cut you off there. Yeah. No more talking, Ross. I will also say goodnight. I will struggle to get back consistently online with the Hobby Nights the next 2 weeks. Please, if you have the notification on, you will find me, and I will find you. Until then, let's get Radio Mike to get us out of here.
So, do we think it's a value add? Do we think it's a cash grab? Or do we just think it's a big old rip-off? So, Santa's sack may be bulging over at Old Man James Workshop's house, but in the meantime, you can join us next month for more Wobbly Player Syndrome.